So today we are headed to Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, leaving Nashville's airport. We're going to the TYM dealer and customer event, and I'm super excited about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. My buddy Tony and Brock are here at the airport in Nashville. We're going to meet up with them, and then we're going to have ourselves a trip. So you guys are in for a treat. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hey. Hey, boys. It's a little tight, a little snug. Tony got bit by something. He's a little bit swollen. Okay, while we're here in Bloomsburg, we're heading over to the event. I've got Lucas from Peak Hobby Homestead. I've got Brock, Rock Hill Farm, and Tony's Tractor Adventures, but this is our steed. I want to show you guys what we're riding, and check out that van. Brock really likes the doors in the van. He loves the power doors.
That's service right there.
Good morning, Brock.
I to open the door myself, actually. We just wanted you to get your day started off on the right foot. You were awful cranky yesterday.
Is this too early for you, Brock?
I'm stepping in with the left. So,
are you happy?
the left, the right foot. Well, I'm glad I'm here and not somewhere else.
Sir, I have your...
It's a lot.
You're decked out, man.
$750, man.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about TYM's Connect event here in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. My buddy Tony from Tony's Tractor Adventures here. If you know anything about TYM tractors, you know Tony is involved in them. He's been a TYM guy for a long time now.
About 6 years now. Been a long time.
That's right. Man, today's video is going to be all about Tony and I showing him around this production plant. This is where machines will come in on a shipping container. They assemble them here, they put them together here, and this is kind of an overwhelming experience because this is like 50,000 square feet of tractors.
Tractor bliss.
Right, and if you see outside, it's raining right now, but if you look outside, it is one of the most beautiful sights ever. There are red tractors as far as the eye can see. So
this is a very nice facility too.
It's beautiful. Man, we're excited to bring this content to you and show you guys, and Tony may make me sit on some and make me look silly, so let's get to it.
Can't never make you look silly, brother.
That's right. All right, so we talked about how the tractors are assembled, how they show up. They come in a shipping container. TYM is a South Korean brand, and this is what it's going to look like when it comes in. So you're going to have probably, I'm making most of this up as I go, by the way.
It's okay. Again.
Right. I mean, we're professionals here, but this looks like it's probably most of your accessories, maybe some fluids and stuff in here. And then look how compact the machine is, though. So there's no tires, no wheels. Those will come in separately. But here's your roll bar. Everything's kind of set. You have your bolts already ready to roll. And here's your steering wheel packaged up, your seat. So everything's super concise to where you can get a bunch of them in one spot. Because this is 4 tractors, but this is probably like my 5520 would fill up this space right here, but you have 4 machines, which is pretty awesome. I'm sure they reuse a bunch of this steel, but if you come over this way, we can show you what they look like while they're being assembled.
So once they come out of these crates, me and Joe are going to tag team this, so you're like, tag, I'm in. So they come out of these crates, they break the crates down, and if you look up, there's a big giant crane, and it's like a big 5-ton crane. And different parts of the warehouse have different cranes based upon the tractor size. So this right here is obviously where the smaller tractors are put together. They'll come in, they'll break the crate down, and then they'll bring this harness. As you look right here, they'll break this harness over. It comes off this big crane. They'll pick that up and bring it up here to the assembly point. And there's like different aisles. There's one over here on the other side. So there's like little assembly lines where these tractors will come in 5 or 6 at a time. So the customer says, hey, I want rear remotes, I want a 3rd function valve, or I want this add-on item, I want R4 tires, R1 tires. This is where that order comes. And these guys take the raw tractor from this crate right here, bring it here, set it up on this work stand, and then they assemble the tractor based upon that work order. So if you order a tractor directly with all of the things that you want, that's how it happens. Okay, this is how a TE574 comes in on a crate. They take off the metal crate around it, and then they'll lift it up with a crane and come over and put the metal wheels on it. So once the metal wheels get put on, then it's mobile and it can roll up by itself. Now they don't want to continuously have that tractor hanging from the crane. First off, it ties up the crane, and this way it makes it more of a assembly line. and then they will roll it forward to the crane again, and they'll lift the back end up, put back wheels on. You can see this one, it, you know, come to the end of the day, it was time to go home on a Friday afternoon, and this is where this is set and waiting for Monday morning to have front wheels put on. And you'll see here, there's pallets of batteries, there are pallets of tires. It's just a never-ending thing. And this is not an OSHA violation by any means whatsoever.
Ocean violation.
Ocean violation. So I'm gonna record this. If he falls, this will be a million-view video.
Like a kitten.
Like a kitten, I like it.
Let me get on this one.
So let me point out one other thing here, Joe. You see here as they come, the loader's not on these. And if you
Right.
look behind us over here, there are there are literally probably thousands of loaders. You can see they're all different shapes and sizes for all the different brands of tractor. Not brands of tractor. But if you can look over here,
Style, yeah.
if you can look over here, there's all different sizes and shapes of loaders for all the different models of the tractor. So I guess it'll go through this point here, get the wheels put on, and then at some point around, it's going to go, it looks like it's going over here to have the loaders installed, backhoes installed.
Hey, look, I see a couple guys who may be forklift certified.
Forklift certified people right over here.
They don't even trust me to drive a tractor.
He said they don't even trust him to drive a tractor. So we've got Rock Hill Farm, Brock with Rock Hill Farm, and we got Lucas from Peak Peaks
Hey guys,
Hobby Farm. And
very cool seeing the process here.
right, yeah, we're walking through, taking them one step at a time is how the process is going. And we made it to the point now where we're at the backhoe. Guys, we'll see you around.
Okay, as we keep moving forward, so here's a TYM, it looks like a 2515H, this is what we have on the farm. 2515 is an excellent size 25 horsepower tractor. It's a big bodied 25 horsepower tractor. It's got more weight. The extra weight can slow it down a little bit on hills, but when you're using it for things like loader function or something on flat ground, you don't have any kind of emissions, and it's just a really solid tractor. I said in a recent video, it's quickly becoming one of my favorite tractors. Right here's the backhoe situation. So in that video I recently did, I was talking about how we have to take the 3-point arms or the lift arms off in order to assemble the backhoe, which here's the backhoe right here. Whoop, get that camera down a little bit. So there's the backhoe, and when you look at this backhoe, one of the reasons why it's a little bit more difficult to assemble or put on and off is because the frame on it, for a 25 horsepower tractor to have a frame this size, that's pretty impressive, and that frame is almost like what you'd probably see on a tractor. So really great little machine. This is the whole process in the plant where they're marrying the tractor to the backhoe, because this is going to get shipped to the dealer or to the customer with the backhoe on it. It's going to be much easier to drive it around. You're not going to lift that thing and move it. But this is the process here in the plant where they do that. And one thing that Tony and I saw, if you go over to Tony's channel, we're doing this video together. He walks around this 494, and this 494 is basically a TYM 574 without a turbo. So make sure you check out his channel. We talked a little bit about this one, but before we end this video, I want to show this to you, because this is where a T25 is getting a factory installed cab. So not air conditioning. This may have heat, possibly. Tony, does it have heat? Okay, so it has heat on it. And I told you, Tony's the guy who knows everything about these things. But this is where they would do a factory cab that is, this isn't necessarily a production model with a cab, but they'll take the ROPS off and then they will put this cab on. And now somebody who's maybe in the north, it's cold, they're doing snow blowing and stuff, or that kind of maintenance, they don't need air conditioning, they just want some heat. That's where their T25 is going to have this cab. Also, mowing, it'd be pretty nice mowing as long as it's not hot, because once it gets hot, that cab's going to get hot and you may want air conditioning. Now the 3025, the new one they have, is a 25 horsepower tractor with air conditioning and heat from the factory. So yeah, pretty awesome little setup. I thought that was pretty cool. I've never really seen that kind of setup to where they would marry the factory offered cab with a production machine. Pretty cool. Okay, so this is insanely cool. Check this out. This is an entire wall of TYM 2610s. I never even heard of 2610, but my understanding is that this is very similar to like a T25. It's a 24.5 horsepower tractor, but it's longer, so it's kind of made to, it's for us tall guys. It's made to have a little bit more of a stretched body so that you're a little more comfortable while you're on it. But This is, again, how they come in a crate. I absolutely, really like this machine. I'm gonna show you guys one of these things fully assembled here in a little bit, but this is, well, these are 2400s, this is 2610s, but this is probably one of the cooler machines since I've been here. And I know that's nuts because there's so many big ones and crazy fancy machines, but that 2610, I would be proud to own one of those things. I kind of broke off here from the group, and I want to talk a little bit about, you know, what you see as far as parts. Now, these are all loaders behind me. These are loaders with the buckets. You can kind of get an idea. There's a BL150, which I believe that may be similar to what I have on the 5520. Or maybe that's what's on the 2515. I know I have a bucket, I think, that says BL150 on it, so I'm not super, you know, tied in with all the model numbers and everything, but I mean, there are just loaders and loaders and loaders for days. When you pass this group of loaders, well, these must be for the 2610s because that's over there. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Lots of loaders. But when you come over here, these are T254s. Again, very cool model tractor. These are super compact. These are the kinds of things that, you know, a lot of people with 1 to 5 acres could use. You may put a mower on them. Like, this is the kind of thing that I think that a lot more people could enjoy than just like a big, huge tractor, right? Every one of these things has just almost perfect lines, really nice looking machines. Like, I love the design of them. They're super cool. If you're into machines and into equipment like I am, then you would kind of get why this is just exciting to see this many of them. Lots of work will be done with these things, and when I'm walking through here looking at all this stuff, I just think to myself, what is it that these things are going to be doing, and who are they going to be serving? Because, you know, it's just really neat. These are some big loaders. This almost looks like something from the 115, or, I mean, that is a big loader, so, or maybe that goes to a 4058, I don't know. That's a big dog. Now that's definitely a 115 loader. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yeah, this is a 115. TL 115. And this must be the 130 then. So massive loaders. So still walking, still looking at different stuff like little smaller loaders. This is gonna be for a more compact tractor, TL 25. I'm not sure what it goes to. But here's a 2515, totally built. There's the backhoe. Looks like they're about to marry these two together. And yeah, the BL150 is on the 2515, so that was right. But we love our 2515. It is a excellent machine. There's a T25. Again, I know this may not be the most crazy action video, but this is just an opportunity for you guys to see where your TYM may have been built, or if you're looking at TYM, where they get assembled. So this T25, they're putting the loader hardware on here. There's the hoist, helps pick it up. It's amazing how they do all this stuff and just nothing gets scratched, nothing gets really dinged. I like these. I bet you Holly would really like one of these things. Christmas is coming eventually. We'll see. There's pallets. Somebody needs a couple pallets, we got you. But here's a T574 with the loaders in front of them. And let's see, that's just an ocean of 574s. Look how many of those there are. That's crazy. This is not like 2020 where there was a shortage of supply. And you couldn't get tractors, you couldn't get equipment, but I mean, this entire wall is loaders, which is pretty cool. Lots of loaders in here, guys. Lots of tractors, lots of loaders. I'd say TYM's ready for people to start buying some stuff. And you're not gonna have to wait. There was a period of time where you guys remember you had to wait. So we talked about these in an earlier video. I don't know if it's in this video or another one, but you know, we had all these different machines in various areas of assembly, which is pretty cool. And yeah, these are all 574s. There's a little T50 or T25 in the middle, another T25. So it looks like these are all kind of getting ready to put the loader on them and send them out to a dealer. And fun fact about this building is an old Walmart. So TYM was smart enough to take an abandoned Walmart, buy it for a very reasonable price, I guess, and make this manufacturing facility, which is really, really nice. So clean. I mean, you wouldn't think that you would have this clean of a place where you're building things that are gonna work in the dirt all the time, but super clean. Here's that T25. So this T25 is in its assembly process. The 5-ton hoist up there holding this thing. You get a little scissor lift in the bottom. That's wild, isn't it? There's some cool stuff here, guys. Tires getting ready to be put on. Interstate batteries, so you have a brand name battery. So I've said before in other videos, Interstate Batteries is known for being a faith-based company, and Interstate has their faith statement on their website. So if there's something important to you and you want to support a battery company, well, there you go. There's Interstate. There's some big Interstate batteries. So they are clearly spending some money on batteries. Ugh. We don't like that stuff. Def Fluid's right up there with gas cans. Genius. So this is kind of the bowels of the area, the back part where really nobody's here right now. And I just thought at this point in the video, I would take you guys back here and walk through and show you what it looks like. And this is where, you know, today's Saturday, so there's really nobody working right now because they shut it down for this event. But this is where your team of TYM mechanics, engineers will be putting your machine together to spec to make sure that it can serve you for a very, very long time. Here's some more, what are these here? These are more 2400Hs. That is a 2515. So guys, this is what a 2515 looks like if you buy one. You buy a 2515, this is how it comes in the crate. This is why investing in facilities like this is important, because if you don't have people know what they're doing, you don't know who's putting your tractor together, that could be your point of failure. So clearly they've given a lot of thought to that. Let's go back to general population. So we just looked at a T2400 that was in a crate. This is a T2400 fully assembled with a loader, with a toolbox, ready to rock and roll. And if you're curious about the specs of this thing, it is a hydrostatic machine. And I'll let you pause it right there and take a look at what the specs are. And then we'll scoot over to the 2610. Because we have a 2515, but the 2610, this one is going to be a little bit bigger, but definitely smaller than 2015, which is a larger frame, 25 horsepower tractor. But the 2610 is, I just love the size of it. I don't have any of the specs on it, there's no spec sheet, but yeah, this size is great. I really like to run one of those. I like to run them all. Okay, so the sign says do not enter, but I'm not really one for listening to rules, so I want to show you guys this lot because this is absolutely nuts. Yeah, I'll just squeeze through that little gate there. We're now outside. It's been raining, so this event kind of got, I don't want to say rained out, but we definitely had bad weather. But look at all these different machines. So there's some more of those ones with those metal wheels or blanks, whatever they are. And I mean, this place is popping when it comes to tractors that are partially built. So some T25s, there's some T574s, 654s. There are tractors as far as the eyes can see. Look at all those cabs. So loaders upon cabs. I mean, this is just crazy. Look at this. Have you ever seen this many tractors in one spot? So this to me is just pretty insane, and it's awesome. I love every second of this. I mean, who wouldn't love to have just a big old stable of T25s? Super, super cool. And you know, when you think about parts availability, a lot of people make comments because they're like, oh, you know, you're an influencer with TYM or ambassador, whatever you want to call it. There's no parts, there's no this, there's no that. Well, I mean, I'm in parts heaven. If you need a part, leave a message down there. I'll send you one of these things because there's parts everywhere. But there's cabs everywhere. I'm walking right now down toward, it looks like what's called like big tractor land. Because here's a bunch of, I mean, as far as the eye can see, these are, I think, 2015s, and here's 3515s. There's some more 2610s, which, man, I like that tractor. There's some 4058Ps. Those are the open station ones like the ones I'm about to get. Now this 2610 actually has bigger wheels on it, and I think that's pretty nice. I like that. I like that setup. I just like that tractor. And there's more 574s, 254s, 4215 CHs with cabs. Huh. That's a nice looking tractor too. And looks like as we get back here, this is where the big boys are. So look at all these 5520 CHs all the way down there. That's crazy. So cool. There's a 494. Bunch of extra ones back here. I don't know how they figure out where all this stuff is. But right there, there's 4 T115s. There's a massive 654. I mean, they're all here, guys. So, really no big point, I guess, in this video, other than just to kind of share with you guys that, man, when these things are manufactured, these folks are, I mean, you have people who are really putting the time and effort in here, trying to make you a nice machine to help you get the stuff done you need to get done. And that's one of the reasons why I am very grateful and proud to be partnered with a company like TYM. They're really working hard to provide a good product at a good price. And I have things I need to get done. I need to get done relatively in a reasonable amount of time. And that's why I like being partnered with them, because this stuff is reasonably priced and built pretty well. So here are two 4058s. There's an open station, and there's a cab machine. Now Tony's texting me saying, where are you? Because it's raining and he wants to go back to the hotel. So I'm going to wrap this up here, but maybe one of those is my 4058. I don't know, because there's not many of them, and I'm absolutely pumped to get it and share it with you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching this channel. I appreciate all your support and appreciate you coming along. And man, there's a lot of people who love tractors like me. And that's a great thing about YouTube, is it builds a community of people that love what other people love also, and I love tractors. So I'll catch you in the next one. Joe the Farmer. We out.